Hey Tool Tribe, this is David here from multitool.org. Today we're going to take a quick look at the Warthog V-Sharp A4. The V-Sharp A4 is a sharpener by the guys at Warthog Sharpeners. They are a company based out of South Africa. There is a whole plethora of different types of sharpeners out there on the market, a bunch which I've covered on the website. I'm trying to do a few videos here because some people like to see things in motion and see things how they interact as opposed to trying to read a review. So I figured I'd do a quick video of the Warthog sharpener. Doesn't have a whole lot of ins and outs and as complicated things as some of the other sharpeners, so I figured it was worth the video. The wonderful folks at Warthog had engraved our company logo on the base of this sharpener, which I think is a neat little trick, a neat little customizing service. They said the logo that I submitted wasn't high res enough to be engraved on the wood, so they took the liberty to use our inspiration for our logo and kind of drew it up on a program. I think it's a pretty good likeness of our logo. The sharpener itself, there's a couple different models, but this one in particular is a steel frame, steel chassis, as where some of the other ones are plastic. How the V-Sharp Classic works, and this is going to be tricky because I'm probably going to have to take the camera off the mount here to kind of show you guys how it works. But like in the fixed sharpeners that I've been reviewing for you guys, you hold your knife in a clamp and the stone moves over the apex of the knife to sharpen that apex. You'll rotate the clamp back and forth in order to hit both sides of the apex with the sharpening stone. With the V-Sharp A4, it's an awful lot like a crock stick, like a Spartaco Sharp Maker or a Steamboat Sharpener or a Lansky, or the Lansky crocks, not the other type. So how the sharpening system works is there are two sharpening rods that are set at a angle that you set here at the bottom. It will go anywhere from, I want to say it's 15 degrees all the way up to 30, and it's set at 5-degree increments in between each one. Whenever you set your angle, your stones, or as they call them, hones, come with a diamond grid on one side and a stainless steel hone on the other side, similar to what like a butcher steel would do, basically to help deburr and whatnot. Most manufacturers will set their knives at around 20-degree angles. For some reason, Warthog thinks that everybody needs to start off at 25 and then use the steel hone to do it at 30. I guess they figure 25 degrees is more of a robust angle for an edge, and thereby it will last longer. But different strokes for different folks, right? The system is actually held more like this. You will place your base on the table, hold this portion here to keep the unit steady as you sharpen. This here is your blade guide. It's supposed to help aid in keeping the knife centered as you work your knife through the sharpening mechanism. The downside I've found to this, and the reason I treat this more like a sharp maker, is the guide is pretty nifty. It moves back and forth in order to keep your blade centered. I usually keep mine all the way off to the side and tightened up so it's not in the way, because kitchen knives and stuff are fine, hunting knives and stuff are fine using the blade guide, but anything that happens to have a thumb stud tends to catch on the inside of this guide, and you're not able to get as close to the stone as you want because of the way the guy's designed. You can probably see here where I've whacked it up a little bit with the thumb studs. But moving it out of the way, just keeping the knife vertical like you would sharpening with a sharp maker, and you would be absolutely fine. Sharpening is done by drawing the knife. Let me see if I can do this for you guys. Is done by having the knife in the system, and as you draw the knife backwards while pushing down. I'm not going to put this on the actual diamonds here. I'm just doing this for illustrative purposes here. But as long as you keep the knife centered, you draw it through in a downward motion as you're pulling towards yourself. That will hit both sides of the apex of the knife with the diamonds and bringing the edge together. The people at Warthog, when I first saw the system, I made a comment how it looks like a pull-through sharpener and a crock stick had a baby, and they were kind of offended by that. They didn't like that comment, saying that this system is completely different than that, and it's unique in the industry, which it is, and that they just didn't like that terminology. They kind of hated me for it. But in a nutshell, that's exactly what it is. It has the simplicity of a pull-through sharpener, but yet has the performance and the option to use different rods or whatever if you had them of a crock stick system. I think the whole spring system, being able to draw the knife and having these two springs. Sorry, I'm out of frame there. The two springs at the bottom to help keep the tension. It's really ingenious. I really like that idea. Springs here to pull it together. Springs here as as it comes back and it rebounds and kind of shock absorber. These do get loose. At least on mine, whenever mine came shipped, these were loose, causing this to come closer together. So I had to make sure these were tight to bring these diamond stones back out again. Setting your angle is done with a little plastic tool. It just says hone removal tool on it. I don't think it's necessary. In the videos they show a knife doing this, but you just get something in between the frame of the V-sharp and the hone, and it will pop off, and they will just simply come loose. But what you do is you set whatever angle you want, 20, 25, 30, and the hone itself, I had it set at 30. But the hones themselves, they just have one end that fits in the bottom of the system, the other end that clips the top with the diamond on one side and the stainless steel hone on the other. The system, I'm going to move this out of the way real quick and show you guys. The system comes with other sharpening stones or hones. They have a more coarse grit. I'm trying to think what all the numbers is. I want to say it's like a 220, and the normal one is a 340, and then they have like a 600 or 800, then 1,000, and then the ceramic. Hang on a second, I'll get those actual numbers for you guys. Okay, so I got the manual that came with the little pamphlet instruction. So there's the standard one that comes with it, which is the one that's installed, which has the red on it. That one is a 325 grit stone. That is the one that's default. You can get an extra, which I'm not glare on there, 270 grit, one for knives that are really dull and you really need to bring it up before you get to 325. Have a 600 grit and then 1,000 grit, all of which are here. The other ones, these ceramic hones, they are oval shaped, and those are for sharpening serrated blades. I don't see why you couldn't use these to sharpen a regular knife. It would be a nice compromise of sharpening without going full diamond if you just had to do a touch-up. I don't see why you couldn't use ceramic and then use the steel hone on the other side to get your edge like where it's supposed to be. I haven't used these enough in order to know the longevity of these stones, what quality the diamonds are, how long they'll last. They're not super expensive to replace. I want to say $40–50 a piece. So given that price tag, I would say that they're probably going to last a little bit, but we'll see. Only other concern I have is this snapping system that's plastic. Will this wear with repeated use going through the grits? I guess we'll find out, won't we? Let's see. So I know I'm bad about talking out loud, aren't I? Put this back in the system the way it was. Snap back in it. So let me take the camera down a little bit, see if I can run it through a few times so that way at least you see the action a little bit better. Alright guys, pardon my kitchen table here, which is used as a craft station for everything that the wife and the kids and everybody else wants to use it for. So it's never pretty. But yeah, the knife is placed in the center, and as you can see, the springs will move. Can't stay focused here. The springs will move out of the way as you draw the knife down towards the tip. So it would be this kind of motion. I can't stay focused for nothing. The downside of that motion, that sharpening, it does work well. I haven't had any issues on sharpening any of my knives. And they produce very sharp razor results. The only downside I see is the mechanism is very, I don't know, it's hard to explain. You just if you have a knife that's really dull and you're really having to progress through all the grits and you're really using this system for minutes and minutes on end, this constant bouncing back and forth is a little annoying, at least to me. It gets on my nerves. This constant boing, boing, boing of these springs gets on my nerves. It does produce amazing results, though. If I had to get a knife sharp in a short period of time and get results that are repeatable without having to break out the KME, break out the Edge Pro, something that's going to take me several, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, to get an edge that I want on a knife, when I can just take the Warthog, slap it on the table, put at least the 325 grit in there, and I can get an edge that's more than enough to get whatever task I need done. It offers that simplicity of the sharp maker of a pair of croc sticks in a new and interesting form factor that has diamonds instead of ceramic rods or something. I really enjoy the system. It is really nice. It is very unique to the world of sharpeners. I do not see many people talking about Warthog. It is a company that's kind of not obscure, but a company that nobody ever talks about. It's kind of, and I think it's a geographical thing. Just like I'm going to be reviewing a sharpener from Kosim, Kosim. They are a company out of Poland. Good gravy. Ukraine, not Poland. Can't get my stuff correct today, can I? But Ukraine is known for Hapstone, and that's about it. And there is that company out of Ukraine that makes an amazing system. Absolutely beautifully crafted system, really done well, but no, you don't hear anything about them in the sharpening scene. They're pretty much unknown in this corner of the world. It's pretty much a geographical thing, which is what I think Warthog is, the same type of scenario, that it's a system that's very geographical. But there is, for those US people here in the United States, they do have their own website, and they do ship from Louisiana, I believe. So people in the United States who want a Warthog sharpener, they can most definitely pick one up, and it would be a lot quicker than ordering from South Africa. It's a good system, just a little different. If you guys sort of want something different, you guys want something that gives you repeatable results and doesn't require a lot of time to learn a new system, the Warthog might be the system for you. If you guys like these videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what you think. If any of you guys have a Warthog, how you guys enjoy it, what you guys think of the system. I'm going to produce other videos of other sharpening systems to kind of round things out a little bit. Thanks for watching.